Okay, thank you, Richard. There's only one rules change this year that pertains to the playing of the game. That is clipping anywhere on the field now. There was, prior to this year, clipping within the free blocking zone immediately following the snap was legal. Clipping defined as a block in the back below the waist. So clipping anywhere on the field now is illegal, and it's a safety thing, and that's not going to ever go away. And my personal opinion is that at some point blocking in the back is going to be illegal as well. I think the one thing that will have an impact, and I think all of the head coaches and the athletic directors are very aware of this, is the National Federation and the North Carolina High School Athletic Association are emphasizing behavior and sportsmanship. That there's a protocol now for what's going to draw an unsportsmanlike conduct, who it's going to be charged on. Profanity is covered. Just basically one voice on your sideline, and that's your head coach. The worst case scenario is that at Scotland, an assistant coach gets an unsportsmanlike for something he said to an official. That assistant coach then gets an unsportsmanlike conduct. That's one of two he's allowed before he's ejected. In addition to that, Coach Bailey would also be charged with an unsportsmanlike conduct. Not an additional enforcement of a penalty, but he then receives an unsportsmanlike conduct. That's one of his two. Later in the game, another assistant says something against an unsportsmanlike. He gets a penalty for an unsportsmanlike. That's one of his two. Coach Bailey gets one. Guess what? That's two of two. Coach Bailey is then ejected from the game, and he's never said a word.
And an assistant coach is fired.
So it's pretty punitive all the way around, and I think it's going to require some attention of the head coaches, the athletic directors. As with anything else in officiating, this is not an objective call. This is a subjective call that's going to be up to the interpretation of the officials. So we met yesterday. We had our all-official clinic yesterday. We talked about this for about 45 minutes, and professionalism. The one thing that we've strived on for the officials over the last 4 years is becoming more professional. We're willing to listen to you as long as it's done in a professional manner, and we're not to hold up the stop sign, not to do that. We're trying to be receptive to your questions and comments. Again, as I say, as long as they're in a professional manner. But the sportsmanship and behavior on the coach's part, on the student athlete's part, is going to be a topic of conversation this fall, I promise. That's about it. I'm willing to answer any questions you might have or field any comments.
I know the one thing, just like you're saying, Neil, we were in Greensboro, that was a big emphasis, not only from coaches, but also players. So we got some players here, and if you curse at an official, it's an automatic ejection.
Right.
Y'all don't get the second one. So any profanity used, especially if it's directed, if they hear it, let me ask you this, it's going to have to be directed at an official, or do you think they'll be so rabid, or some kid says a cuss word because he missed the tackle? What do you think?
Well,
you could do it on anything, though, right?
You could do it on anything, and it's, I think the biggest issue is not going to come from the players. Because years ago, we had, when I was on the field, we had a game, Hope County, Richmond County. Hope County had a running back that was pretty good. He came through the line, somebody just stuck him right at the line of scrimmage. And he got up and he said to the kid that tackled him, he said, that didn't hurt. And the kid said, well, bring your ass through here again and we'll see if we can make it hurt. Could that be penalized this year? Yes, it could be. Is it going to be? I hope not. I hope not.
That's what that was my impression, that kind of stuff, as long as it's not really jaw-jacking, that kind of stuff.
One thing that is going to be that officials have tried to lend a deaf ear towards in the past is a player comes off the field, and sometimes the coach can be pretty animated at his lack of performance on the field. And get him off and talk to him in a serious manner that includes some things that your mama wouldn't like you to say. If an official hears a coach do that this year, that's to be penalized.